What?
He gonna have to be really
Queen Mother, I'm filming you.
You have the single issue, honey.
Come
over perfect, bitch.
Hey everybody, this is for Alpha episode. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing okay.
You know,
I've been attacked all night by my sissy and my dad.
wow.
Can't have an opinion.
Misha, how are you, Queen Mother?
I'm okay.
So Misha, we have an amazing house ball coming up.
We do.
Real quick, let's talk about what made us come with the theme of the ball.
You wanted to name it anarchy.
So what is anarchy to you?
Anarchy is new. It's power. For me, it's those people who are like on the margins of society, taking back power, creating a new world. Yeah. Chaos, clearly. You can't have any kind of revolution without chaos, I guess. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask each of you a question.
Sure.
What is the House of Alpha Omega to you?
Who's gonna go first, Caleb?
Let's go to Caleb. Let's ask Caleb. Caleb, to you, what is House of Alpha Omega to you?
In my experience, I think it has been a philosophy, right, about personhood and decisions about how to come across, I guess, about how one should come across, how one should compose oneself, firstly. So that would say. So firstly, it's a philosophy. And then I think secondly, it's a standard, right? A standard of achievement on and off the ballroom floor. And then I would say that it's also a family, a kind of place for people to learn about themselves and to really, I think, develop trust about oneself too.
Okay. Godiva, even though you've been in a couple episodes already, what is the House of
my nose.
What is the House of Alpha Omega to you?
The House of Alpha Omega to me is my family. Everyone in the house is my family. The house to me, I mean, like Caleb made a lot of points that I agree with. There's definitely a standard, a quality to us. But there's a lot of love and a lot of growth and opportunity. That's like Alpha Omega is just it's a family. It's a family. It's a brand. It's a superpower. Like that's what it is to me.
Okay. Queen Mother.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I feel like I've been in ballroom so long. I've had so many different metamorphoses, I guess. This really just feels like the completion of that. It really feels just very full circle for me. Just the people, I remember coming to ballroom and not really, just being so young and not really knowing anything and not really even knowing anything about ballroom or about the craft, and just being taken under. And so the house to me feels very like that. A big part of it feels like that, seeing myself and like other people coming into ballroom that really don't have that much knowledge of ballroom, really trying to figure out their craft and honing their craft in that way. And then really just like where we are now in our life and in our ballroom career, just like I feel like you can't really get no higher than that, you know what I mean? Like you've received an icon status, you are iconic for many different things, and then, you know, becoming an inductee into the Hall of Fame. It's like, you know, it's like, yeah, it really is the beginning and the ending for me in so many ways. Also beginning this new legacy that, you know, I don't think we talk about it enough, that, you know, a lot of us are not going to be here. Like, we're not going to be here forever. And so it's like you're creating something from the beginning, right? That's going to last. And for us, I just feel like we're just so fucking amazing, you know, like the beginning and the end. Like, of course you are the standard. Of course you are. I love that. Like, you are the fucking top tier at what you do. I feel like we have so many, even though folks who come here, they're like so new to Ballroom, but like they come and they instantly make a mark on Ballroom because of that thing that they have, which is unmatched in my opinion in a lot of ways.
To piggyback on something you said for me, legacy, when I was going
Sorry,
through...
hold on. Hello?
When I was going through for the last year and a half, dealing with cancer, fighting through it, pushing through it. You know, the house became a major component, and the individuals in it because of the strength that it kind of I drew from it, but most of all because of legacy. Like, you really kind of get faced when you have to get faced with something like, okay, I'm really mortal, even though at times in my life I felt immortal and felt like I'll be here forever. You know, it was important to me to like establish a legacy and leave something behind, especially when I've been a part of something for so long, and knowing that I want to leave something behind that can live on through other people and that people can carry on in my name, and knowing that I created it was really important. So I'm glad that you said that. So let me ask each of you this. What has been the easiest thing in being in the house and the hardest thing? Caleb, let me take it to you first.
I never get time to think. You know what?
Yeah, I want to catch you right on. Yeah, because I don't need you to have too much time to think.
You hear this? You know what? I think answering this question or thinking about this question, I don't know if I could just connect the two. I think the easiest thing for me has been the relationships, and that has also been the most challenging. The easiest part about it is like coming into a dynamic where you feel loved. I mean, that feels easy in some ways. Like, it feels kind of effortless. It feels so self-motivating, and you feel driven toward it. But you also have to ask yourself a lot of questions, and you really have to stop and take a look at who you are. So I would say that that's also the most challenging part of it. Relationships are both easy and challenging.
Godiva?
I think, I don't know, easy. The easiest part is, I mean, like, it's just the being around, the support, the family, the relationships, for me is easy. I think the hard part is like the pushing, well, for me personally, is the pushing of myself to grow and to do better. Like this house, they push you to not be stagnant, you know, and to really push yourself to succeed. And if you're somebody who's used to just like paying everyone like whatever, it could be a little challenging. So yeah.
Misha?
Yeah.
Easiest thing and the
God.
hardest
Well,
thing?
the easiest thing is just the love, you know, just like being around everyone and like really, it's just easy to love everybody because everybody's so lovable and so open and so genuine and so real and vulnerable, and I love that. I love people who don't have ulterior motives, who are just real. Like we relate to one another as people. We can have conversations and disagreements with each other. We can have hard conversations. And I mean, listen, and we disagree on a lot of shit. But not everything's not shade. Like I can never function in a place where it's like we're questioning each other's motives. Like we can't even just like be real. Like we can't have a moment. We can't be vulnerable without questioning whether or not that's real or not. Like, I hate that. I hate people who can't see. I'm saddened, but for myself, I cannot function in like an environment like that where it's just everything is like, oh girl, everything's so shady. Oh girl, you're shady. Oh girl, the way you said that. Oh that was shade. Oh, I know her. Oh, she's sweet. Oh, that's shady. It's like, girl, don't nobody got time to be talking about shade and what's not shade. There's so much real shit going on. This life is happening. And that's what I love. That's what's so easy. Like the people who are here, like they're so focused on living and like being that they don't have time to get into like that petty bullshit. You know?
I do love how we can talk and debate. You know me. You know, see the thing. People that know me. If you out there watching this,
conversation a few minutes ago before you started filming, like that was pretty intense.
Yeah, but the thing is that anybody that knows me knows that I love people that can challenge me and disagree, and that we can disagree and be good. A lot of people cannot disagree and not be good. You have to know the person and love the person. And anybody knows me knows that I have many opinions, and I have reasons for my opinions and things like that. And you have to understand that, in my opinion, as long as we can agree to disagree and be good, that's what I look for in people. Like to understand that we all do not think alike or agree alike or feel the same things. But if you do it with love, then you'll be good. And that's what I do love about you guys. For anyone who knows my son Kaleb over there, bitch, we get into deep. I honestly love coming here. I'm glad, Jarabi, you came here with me today. But I love coming here with Kaleb because me and Kaleb, we talk and we get deep into it. And we do not be sitting here talking strawberry shortcake shit. Am I wrong? So Kaleb, I'm going to say this on camera for the world. I love you and adore you. I love that we can talk and challenge each other and we bring out these things. And I also love the fact that we love each other. You know, especially now, I can leave and know that I don't have to worry about, oh, is me and Kaleb good? I hope you don't feel away. That's important to me. Yeah. Because I don't take it personal. Yeah. I love that y'all have your own minds and all that. That's very important. A lot of us don't have our own minds and own thoughts. So, you know I'm right all the time, but...
I mean, okay. So we agree to disagree. So, the challenging part about it...
The challenging
part about it is definitely... I don't know. I think the challenging part for me is the... What is that? Who is that? Is that the lack of communication sometimes with some of the members, that they are people and that they come with their own shit,
like all of us do,
and it gets messy, and it gets very complicated sometimes, and it challenges me to. I'm someone that I create a bubble for myself, and I like to stay in that bubble because there's safety there. And so when things aren't going well, or when things are just like chaos, like my instant reaction is to kind of retreat into my bubble, and where everything is nice and neat and like clean, you know. And that's not the case for this house. Like, it does get messy, and it does get, I mean, there's been some challenging moments, and there have been moments where you just like, okay, are these people even listening? Are they really even understanding? Like, but you know, you make a commitment, and the commitment is to continue to show love and be love, to be an example of love and to show love. And to continue, you know, because you know me, honey, I'm mother pay it. So
that is that has been the best experience for me. Yeah. On your end, because I'm father pay it for real. So you and I both are very similar. Always been that, like, okay, I don't have the time. I'm not dealing with this. What this house has allowed me to do, which I am thankful for, is give me the patience to deal with people, to understand people, to give people grace. We have to give people grace because there are times in life where we wish we would have had grace and we didn't have it. And we have to learn that when to give grace with love and when to give it with tough love. And I think that sometimes it's very hard when you are accustomed to doing things one way and have a very low tolerance for bullshit, but you have to understand, okay, these are young people, these are people that are learning, so I got to come outside of myself. I cannot sit here and call myself, you know, their community father or their personal gay father and not give them and leave them and abandon them because they did something that I don't like or don't fuck with or don't understand. It's very hard.
Right.
And I think that sometimes people take it for granted,
Right.
which hurts me because it's like, I'm just trying to come at you from a place of love and make you understand I don't want you. I've seen this before. What we have to understand as a community, for most of us that are trying to like be mentors and leaders and parents, a lot of this shit when we come at the kid, we've seen this before. We've lived it before. We've done it before. We witnessed it. So we're trying to save, but it doesn't come across like that. Some people think, oh, they're trying to control me. They're trying to make me do it. But it's deeper than
But
that.
also though, like, it's not our job to save anyone.
It's not.
You know what I mean?
But for me, that's where
That
it's,
was a lot.
Yeah.
it's hard, but it's hard. It's hard for me not to save anyone. I'm going to tell you why. When you have lost people in life,
I know.
and you've lost people to things that you feel like they could have been saved from, you don't want to experience that again. So it's very hard. Like we said, when I talk about living this life, when you have seen some people that have been through things, and then you see an individual and it's similar, it's very hard for you to be like,
Yeah.
no. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
No.
right.
No. I'm gonna let them just live, and I'm gonna let them find out for themselves. No, it's not that easy.
No, well, see, I think
Lost.
for me, it's like I have no problem like telling them and like showing them, but I think for me, what's helping me in this part of my life, this journey of my life, just in all areas, is that I'm really learning there's just so much that I'm going to be able to do. I only have capacity for certain things. And at the end of the day, I have to allow people the grace to fuck up.
Right. That's what I'm still learning.
Yeah, even after I can, we see it all the time here, especially like we see it, like we've dealt with it. We've had friends who've had the same experience in a lot of ways. And you share it and you tell them, and then it's like, there comes a point where you're like, I don't think this motherfucker's even listening to me.
Mm-hmm. And it hurts.
And it hurts.
And it pisses you off.
Right, but you have to get to that point, and it's like, it was hard for me because I used to, and I think maybe the good part about it, maybe because of the work that I do now, like it's taught me to do that, where it's like, I have to learn to kind of like, okay, like it's not all on you. Them succeeding and failing is not all on you. That is not your responsibility. That's not your job. Your job is to pull whatever is in them out so that they can see that, so they can pull it out for themselves, and that they can continue to move on and move forward. I'm learning, and I think one of the big challenges for me recently was, as you know, was I had a really difficult month. You know what I mean? And I was very nervous about retreating in, because I needed it. Like I really needed to kind of unplug and kind of really like, just like not think about anything else but myself, And that was hard because I'm usually someone, I don't know how to do that. And that's something I've had to learn to do, And the whole time there were moments where I was like, damn, maybe I should communicate with certain people. I mean, I talked to you and I told you about it, but I really just was like, I really needed it. And I'm still not completely out of it, but I think for me, I don't think that I would have been able to do that really before. Because I'm so like, oh, this needs to be done, or that needs to be done, or I need to reach out to this person, I need to reach out to that person. And the reality is, if I'm not better, or if I'm not well, like there's no way I'm going to be able to produce anything, So.
Well, yes, how you got to go into it thinking. You got to go into that thinking like that.
I lost 50 pounds since joining Alpha Omega.
Not since joining.
I did.
It's a fat farm, honey. We're a fat farm, bitch.
Don't read me.
What happened?
Real bad. One time, Kaleb and I went to go see her perform up in Harlem at some museum.
Mm-hmm.
And she read me real bad. Was like, "Bitch, you look like you ready to cook for your husband."
Oh, well, what?
She said, "You look like you live in the kitchen cooking your husband rice and beans."
She said that weight looks committed.
She said, "This is not Model S. This is giving something else. And if that's what you want, I mean, by all means."
It was really exotic before.
It was exotic before. This ain't that.
You want to know something though? You have to understand that when Shania met Sade, and I'm not trying to be funny.
I was 125.
No. It's not even about that. This lady's from the old school. She gave Sade her complete, absolute life to me. She said that when she pulled up, she said she was absolutely beat to tea. She said that she lived, and it's not, she said that bitch, she gave Mafia Princess or something, bitch. That's what she said. And she lived. She said she thought she was just, that's when she was the green Barbie, was it? Was it Sade? You was the green Barbie? So she said when she saw this big girl.
No, the green Barbie, that was my screen name, but when I started putting on weight, I changed that Barbie. They weren't giving that no more.
She said when she saw this big girl coming at her, she was like, who is this?
Not this big girl. You know what?
Not this big girl.
The big girl.
Listen, coming from one fat person to a former fat person, Sade, you're still beautiful, honey. You was beautiful regardless.
This picture. I love this. He does. Probably checking your legs open.
Why you don't like your legs open?
Is it because my legs are open?
Yeah.
It was giving. You know what it was giving? You know what it was giving? It was giving real what's good. Like that picture. Show them the picture. Show them the picture. Show them the picture.
I did.
No, show the people.
Asexual alpha.
No, come close. It was giving real yo. Yo, what you into, yo? I'm into all that, yo.
Whatever. I'm not doing this with you.
It's all right. I love all my different flavors.
About?
Oh, damn. Hood muffin, honey.
So problematic. Your language this evening.
Sade, what's your type?
What's my type?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Not like my type.
My type. Kaleb, don't leave.
What are you leaving?
Caleb's not here for it.
I love me a Middle Eastern.
Really?
She
It's
love
something about it.
a foreign man.
They know how to treat you. They know how to treat you like a princess. It's supposed to be treated.
Like Jasmine.
Why not a queen? So you rather be treated like a princess?
Oh,
Or,
Princess Jasmine.
so you rather be treated like a princess or a queen? Why not a queen? Why not a queen? You want to be treated like a princess.
Princess Queen. I feel like Queen is just aging it. Like it's
So you're forever young, honey.
forever. I'm a forever be forever 27.
Okay.
21.
Okay. I love Sade. That's my girl. I love my Lauren. So Lauren, tell me more about yourself, honey. So what else about the Middle Eastern do you like?
I just love the way how eager they are to like please you and to show you a good time.
Sexually,
Spoil
everything,
you.
every way?
I'm not even talking about sexually. I'm talking about like from the very beginning, from the gate. Like I want to take you out and show you what it'll be like to be my woman, and it's that energy that keeps my attention. If you're not able to, court me, like I just feel like in other experiences with other races, I feel that there is this crab in a barrel mentality. Like you trying to get over on me, or you trying to sun me, or you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like,
well let's get to it. What are you talking about? You talking about with black men?
I'm talking about black men. I'm talking about but mostly, yeah.
It's your
Let's
truth.
not get it confused because I love me an African man. African men know how to treat me.
African, so you don't like.
So I'm not black American.
So you don't like black American men?
It's just sweat.
That's not just sweat.
Ooh.
It is. I'm not wearing nothing.
You're still amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sade sweats perfume, honey. All right, so let's get to it, Sade. So you don't think that?
You smell like that.
Okay, so let's get. This is some real shit for girls out there. What has been your personal experience with American You guys are being so fucking rude.
I don't remember.
Sade.
That's a, you probably smell the bathroom,
Hey guys, I'm filming.
when I had went in the bathroom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alpha Television, y'all.
Sorry.
What has been your okay? So what is your biggest experience with American black men? Honestly, damn, take a breath.
I feel like I'm forced to deal with their traumas, and it's not fair to me to subject myself consistently to that type of energy. Like, you feel like I'm a gold digger, or you feel like I'm like.
What are you doing to make them feel like you're a gold digger?
What are you asking
I want you to
for?
I want you to court me, and if courting me makes you feel like, I don't know, like. Oh.
Kaleb, you're very expressive. What did you take from that statement of hers right there? 'Cause
Kaleb knows my experience.
no. But I'm asking, what does he feel about that? Because it's like, what does he feel? Because a lot of people feel this way as well in the world, honestly. So what?
I don't know. I mean, it's not my,
You don't know.
point of view.
When I
but-
say the crab in the barrel, the crab in the barrel mentality, like guys assume that one either they feel like I'm trying to like. I'm just used to people like showing up and showing the fuck out, like show me a good time. And I feel like with my experience with black guys, it's like they assume that you're asking for the most, the absolute most.
And it could be the bare minimum, basically.
And it could be the bare fucking minimum. And it's not fair
What's an
to
example?
me.
What's an example?
Like for instance, if they ask me what restaurant I want to go to, and I tell them I want to go to Peter Lugo, I want to go to Benjamin Prime, or I want to go, you know what I'm saying?
What kind of restaurants are these?
Decent and steakhouses.
What's the price? What's the price
Decent.
points? What's the price points?
I mean, they're decently priced.
No, for real. Like, give me an average for an average meal. A good. What? Okay, give me. When you go on a dinner, what do? Do you just do entree? Do you just do wine? Do you do the full?
I want wine. I want an appetizer. I want entree. I want dessert. I want all of it. I want the experience.
So you want to be. So you want to be that girl Shania saw.
I like to eat.
I know you do.
I'm a foodie. I like to eat, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't get me wrong. I would never ask someone to take me somewhere that I can't afford to pay for myself.
Shadi, you were saying what now?
I would never ask someone to take me to a place that I couldn't afford to take myself. When it comes to dating, like, I put a lot of energy. When I'm in a relationship, when I'm dating, I put just as much energy as I respect in return. And when it comes to, like, simple things like going out to eat or traveling, anything that I expect a guy to do for me, I can do for us both as well. I feel like it's a game of give and take in relationships. And if I find that I'm giving a shitload of patience and energy, and I'm not getting the same in return, then I'm turned off.
Kaleb, when you're dating, what do you look for in men?
I would say the first thing I look for is someone who isn't afraid to express themselves, specifically through clothing. So it's the first thing I'll notice.
Example?
Like, so if they have like a uniqueness to their style, kind of an individuality to their style, it's something that like piques my curiosity in the first place.
Example?
So,
Fluidity.
fluidity, yeah.
Gender fluidity.
I think so. Some
Okay.
fluidity to the effect of the look.
Okay.
I feel like I could trust them potentially, like I could open up about my own experiences, and then I think after that I'd probably look for like attractiveness. You know, there has to be a sense.
What's your type?
What
What turns you on about a guy? What is a sexy thing about a guy to you that just gets you every time?
Well, I like faces. Faces. Sort of like sharper features. I always say, even though it's not super important, my complexion or darker.
What complexion would you rather go for?
I don't have any preferences in that way.
Is blacker the berry sweeter the juice?
That's right.
I found.
Misha, what is the sexiest thing on a man that just does it for you every time?
God. I don't know, because there's so many things that I can see right away. Or, okay.
You know what? Jarabi came back for that.
Their build. I like a well-built guy. Like he doesn't have to be like, I don't like muscles. I don't like a lot of like, but like a very like where I can look from the back and just see that they just have a really beautiful stance and they look good in clothes.
What about a fat butt? I
like a guy with a nice ass, but I don't like weird shaped guys.
Like what?
I don't like guys with asses on their backs or like man hips.
Okay.
Or like just weird like big thighs and calves kind of thing. Like I don't like curvy or like knock-kneed men. I like a man with a really beautiful stance. Like he can look good in anything. He'll look good in a suit. He'll look good in a pair of basketball shorts. He'll look good in a pair of sweatpants. Gray sweatpants. He look good in underwear. He look good naked. Like I
what if the boxers are baggy?
I would either get him new underwear that I would like to see him in, but I mean, you can change the clothes. You can't change the man.
Godiva, what's your type?
I just like a rough man. I like a rough man that is 6'2" and above.
When you say rough, define rough.
When I say rough, like he's a manly, gritty man, like he
a mechanic.
Yeah, a mechanic. What they call him? A construction worker.
A train worker.
Rough hands, rough big hands. Like,
you like that?
Yes, it doesn't.
It does. So straight up trade.
Yes, nice build. I like muscles. I like nice calf muscles.
I actually see you with like a really like a guy that like you like a big dude, like really
yes,
big.
I love yes.
Have you dealt with anybody yet that had like towered you and really made, and they did that for you? How did you feel? Did you feel safe?
I feel so safe. I feel small. I just love how I feel.
Okay. Misha, so let me ask you a question. You are an icon of Femme Queen performance, right? Yes. This is what we do in Alpha, but we switch around.
Okay.
How do you, and we do not have a Femme Queen performance yet. As you know, we've been very careful and cautious. What do you...
Why is you hitting me with this question right now?
Baby, it's Alpha TV, baby. We go everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, we don't have one as of now still. We've been very cautious and careful of that. How do you feel you were having this big legacy for not just Femme Queen performance overall? Like, in knowing that, you know, if being the first girl, the girl that comes here for that, what are you looking for? What do you need? What were you required to carry on that legacy of yours?
Well, you know how I feel about me and my performance. Like I always feel like performance is like you're constantly working at it. You're constantly perfecting it. Like I think for me, first and foremost, I want a girl who just hasn't, just doesn't feel like she's arrived already. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm that bitch. Like, I mean, listen, maybe that's my own shit that, you know, that I've just not, you know, whatever. Maybe it's okay to feel like you that bitch or whatever. I mean, I've just never been that girl to believe that. You know what I mean?
You never drank your own Kool-Aid.
I never drank my own fucking Kool-Aid. Now, if somebody else, but again, that could be from my own experience and my own upbringing, my own traumas, my own shit. But for me, I appreciate someone who's always trying to perfect and elevate and like always willing to learn more. Like someone who's really like just like like you don't buy your own shit. Like you're just whoever you are, and once you get out on that floor, you just let it take you over, and you just like leave everything on the fucking floor, and then you know, always trying to work, always trying to like be better and do better and do more. Like you don't know everything. You don't have it all. You know, I don't think that's insecure. I think it's something that I mean, I think a lot of performers that I've met, they feel that way. They're always trying to do, they never feel like they've really just, you know, gotten that thing, you know?
Which is a good thing though.
Yeah, because it keeps you wanting to do more and elevate and
push.
Think outside the box and push yourself and make more moments, you know?
Okay. Let me ask you, as alpha women, how has it been for you, this experience with dealing with other ladies in the house? Because as you know, it's historically known, a lot of people feel like you can't get along with other girls and it's, different issues. How has it been for you, this experience, as far as being one of the alpha women and the alpha dolls, as Sade calls it? Like, how has that been for you?
Who we start with?
You.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's been a great experience. These are my sisters and my mom, and my aunts, and stuff. So it feels like a regular family. It's not like it feels normal.
Has it been a different experience than other girls that you've had in relationships? Maybe you've encountered in the community or
in the community in general. Yeah, definitely different than the girls I experienced in the community. For 100% different. Yeah, like it's a lot. It's way more genuine, and it's just easy. It's no problem.
Sade?
Sade.
Girls don't like me.
Why do you feel like this, Sade?
Because I'm pretty, and I'm confident, and I'm secure in who I am. And I feel it triggers other people's insecurities, and they begin to make that a me problem. They have beef towards me that has absolutely nothing to do with me. And so...
I feel you shift, like you got emotional. Does that hurt you?
Yeah, it does. I don't think it's fair for me to have to take on other people's traumas. I feel like if you were to be comfortable enough, like if you took the time to get to know me and know that I wouldn't judge a fly on the wall. I don't talk about anybody negatively. I don't give that type of energy ever. So when it comes to communicating with me, I feel like it should be easy to express yourself because I actually care. I'm a compassionate person. I have a heart. You know what I mean? And so it hurts me when it's another thing, like another recurring thing, like another girl begins to take their insecurities out on me and the relationship changes. Like it can go from being great and like a good time, and then shortly after, like I don't hear anything from them no more. They just go cold and they begin to treat me like I'm their enemy, like I did something intentionally to hurt them, and I don't like it. It's not a comfortable experience for me.
Do you think there's pretty privilege?
I mean, I do believe that there's a such thing as pretty privilege, yes. But I don't feel like I'm experiencing any pretty privilege when it comes to my house. Like, I feel like I'm, like, in the pressure cooker, as I call it. Just as much as the guys, and if not more, and way more than the other girls. And I share my experiences with the other girls about the pressure that I get from being in this particular category, and I share my experience so that they can understand that I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect, and I deal with a lot of shit, and I'm hoping that we can in some way like bond over that, like
Like a shared experience.
a shared experience.
It's true. You are definitely on a different lens. Like you are definitely judged different and harsher
24/7
than most girls. But that's because of I think my own personal feelings about you, and like what I see for you and what I feel for you. Just like connecting with you, just period, just like the things that we've shared with each other and the moments that we've had with each other, and just knowing like your heart, like.
But this is rare.
Yeah.
This experience is rare.
Yeah.
And it isn't often that other girls are as secure within themselves to be able to get to know me beyond the looks. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to allow me to share my flaws or my experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, we never get to that point because they begin to like put a wall up and like.
But do you think that there's anything that you give off that triggers that in someone?
I think that I'm a very private person. I know that I'm a very private person, which allows people space to manufacture this bitch of a person that I must be. Like,
Do you feel you're a bitch?
no!
Do you have bitchy tendencies?
I'm cold because
You
I'm
can't
always
say that you're not a bitch, but you're cold. It's like
No.
it's like that doesn't make.
You gotta understand, I work 24 fucking 7. And when I'm not working, I'm at the gym. And when I'm not at the gym, I'm out eating so that I can have some energy to get up and do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? But I'm home, I'm work. I live a very structured life. I do the same shit every day, all day. I'm money, self-care, trying to check in with my family. You know what I'm saying? I put energy into connecting with my family because I don't have time to put into connecting with other girls outside of the house. Like, it's a lot of responsibility, I feel, being a part of an organization. You have to put in just as much energy as you want to receive in return. And so I do my best to love on everyone if I can. But when I feel that that wall is starting to go up, or when I feel that it isn't reciprocated, I begin to say, out of sight, out of mind, and I focus on my work and things. So in those instances, I feel that people just start to manufacture who they think I am in their head because I'm not putting energy into them. For me, it's absolutely no love lost. I love each and every one of my house sisters, but I know that I can't put, or I love each and every, I know that I can't allow myself to begin to stress or internalize those experiences because it's something that happens consistently when it comes to other girls.
You're speaking about in general.
Yeah, like other femme queens.
So let me ask you this, because this is a conversation a lot of girls do not have in the scene, to be honest with you. Misha kind of said, do you think there's anything that you can do better to connect with people or to allow people to understand? Matter of fact, let me ask you. I have your sister Godiva right here. No, we were talking real because the point of the whole Alpha series is like what people have been saying, and it's so refreshing. They said it's so real and they're seeing the sides. But if we're going to have conversations and like they've seen like us have dinners and all the fun stuff, no, for real, they have to know that we have these other conversations as well. So we're going to be real. We're going to be real. Jarabi, has Sade ever made you feel a way, or have you ever felt any type of feeling? And we don't have to go into but I'm saying, have you ever felt a feeling with her or anything, or do you have advice for what she's saying? You understand what I'm saying? About how maybe people can perceive her to so that way, because you're very observant. Is there anything?
I do think that the coldness can be felt. And with the coldness and with different people and different backgrounds and how they grew up and how they view things, there's perspective and then there's intent. That may not be the coldness may not be your intent to come off a certain way, but to someone else's perspective, it may feel like there's some different intent. Me personally, I don't, because I'm kind of like a little cold too, but but I can see that how that can be perceived by, I guess, someone else who would not necessarily have taken the time to get to know you or not understand that you have a lot going on. I completely identify with you in that because I have literally a billion things going on all the time. And I actually have to apologize to people because sometimes I come off very lack of empathy because I'm like running on like a machine more than I'm really running on like, I'm more robotic than I am human sometimes. So I think, and I've received that same thing from people where people think like, I'm this way or I'm that way as well, but they really haven't taken the time to get to know me. So that's where I feel like that perspective and intent comes in. And like I said, it's not just you, it's me too. So, but I mean, me personally, I don't feel like, I mean, I also feel like it's like some things you just can't control. Like I'm not, like sometimes, I'm not about to be trying to jump through hoops to change your perspective if you perceive things that way. If I done already told you to express you that it's not that, I don't really know what else to tell you.
But see, this is why I like that we have the girls that we have and the amount of girls that we have, because
Very
you
few.
get to, right, because then you get to really focus. You get to really focus, you get to really devote quality time to each girl, get to know them personally, and really cultivate a attitude and relationships that in a lot of ways is very rare to ballroom. And see, I don't want to say that either, because I'm sure other people have meaningful relationships with other girls. But
To the general opinion.
There's something different. There's something different that I wanted to do here with the girls, right? Is that really foster a real genuine kind of like relationship where the girls aren't thinking about shade, especially when you're having moments like this where we are disclosing really personal things. Because this has been my experience too, where I was like, you've disclosed something to someone thinking that, you're connecting with someone, and then it be weaponized, or someone interprets something that you say. Like I remember, I told you once that, and you know me, I've always been very private. My ballroom life has always been very private. And so when I let other girls in, it was always either by accident, through my daughter, or through my sons, you know what I mean? Or just like people just connecting with people outside and just having, just like meeting people. I'm like, oh my God, I want to get to know you. And you kind of connect with people and you want to give them that kind of space. But it has really bit me in the ass, But, here I wanted something different. I wanted the girls to be able to have these moments with each other, to be able to talk to each other about anything, to have very transparent conversations as women, not just femme queens, not just like ballroom personalities, but real fucking people relating to one another. And I will continue to challenge every girl here to really just be more introspective, because sometimes we can trigger, and just in my own personal life, I know for a fact that there were women that I triggered just by existing. And I'm not going to apologize for that, but I can. The same grace that I give other people, I should be able to give that grace to my girls, because we don't have that. There's so very few of us here that, I don't know, maybe that's just my experience or whatever, I don't know, but there was always something in me that always said I needed to, it was bigger than me. You know what I mean? Like, this is bigger than me. Like, I have to come up out of this. I can't internalize that, because I know that this is because of this. And not have this attitude where like, well, that's her fucking problem. Fuck her. You know what I mean? And listen, you can have that posture, and if it serves you, that's fine. And understanding that who you want to be, who you are, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to do, that there's a level of vulnerability, a level of accountability and introspection and grace that is going to be required of you in order to be that.
I'm a fixer.
Yeah.
I am resolution oriented. I want to understand problems so that I can overcome them. And so if ever I feel that there is an opportunity for growth and have a conversation with someone and move forward from there, I'm all for it. But I can't find myself running into the same roadblock.
That's what I was
when
saying.
I feel
You
that
do know that sometimes, though, I understand what you're saying. I wanted to say something real quick. I understand when you say that you're solution-based, but I want to teach you something, and then I'm going to cut this off, just for food for thought. I have learned in life, being a fixer, there are some things, unfortunately, you may not have the solution to be able to fix that problem, because some problems run very deep, and you can't put that extra weight getting upset with yourself trying to fix something that maybe you're just not equipped to fix.
Yeah. And also, it's not just on you, right?
Right.
Like, it's going to require that from you.
Yeah.
It's going to require that from me. It's going to be. That is going to be required. Right. That I challenge every girl, especially in this house, that you have to be introspective. You have to be able to do the work, because if you're not working on yourself, there's no way that you're going to be able to relate to anyone else, especially as women and of trans experience. It's like, we need to be unpacking our shit somewhere with somebody, right? And especially if we're trying to be anything to ourselves, and especially if we're trying to be anything to each other and with each other. You know what I mean? So you're right, that it's not just on you, right, you have to be able, I continue to challenge myself that I cannot shut down. As much as I want to, and I want to retreat and be like, okay, well, that's your fucking problem. There's a part of me that understands again, or feels again, and it's much bigger than that. Like the issues are just always much bigger than that, than what is actually like in my face. You know what I mean? At that moment.
Let's start unpacking, man.
Let's